My name is Emma Torres, and I am the Executive Director and Founder of Campesinos Sin Fronteras. Tengo que apurarme porque no tengo mucho tiempo. Siempre ando apurada. I'm always running because there's always so much to do. Been working in agriculture since I was 13 years of age, and I had dropped school very young. Both my parents were farm workers. We never talked about college, not even high school, because none of our family had even completed, graduated from high school. My first husband, Rafael, was also a farm worker, and he died from leukemia. When my husband and I were at the hospital, the doctors kept asking us about pesticides exposure. I knew very well what it was to be exposed to it, because as we were very young and we were on the fields, we would be sprayed by airplanes or helicopters that will go by spraying the fields where we were working in California, picking strawberries. When my husband was at the hospital, the university in Arizona, the social workers were like angels. I was pregnant with my second child then, and they will always try to find ways to help us. And even after my husband was told to go home and die at home, they came all the way from Tucson to visit us and to be with us. So I was always forever grateful that if I could ever achieve anything in reference to an education, it will be a social worker. I became a widow, and I stopped working in agriculture. I was hired as a community nutrition worker. Being a widow with 2 children and very young female immigrant and with no money and no academic skills, it was very difficult, very difficult for me to even think that I would ever be able to do something more than just, help my kids survive and myself. So when I started being a promotora and learning, and then not only learning but being able to teach what I was learning to my peers, to my family, neighbors, it really was empowering. And that's when I realized that this model would work greatly with our population, because just like me, there were like hundreds and hundreds of Emmas that I knew out there, women that were by themselves, women that did not have an opportunity to have an education, that they were smart and capable and they could do things. Like my father used to say, as long as I have hands and I have feet and eyes, I would not ask for any charity. When I started the organization, I had a GED, so I went to school and I got a master's, and I don't know anything to anybody. When we come here seeking a dream, the American dream, and we find all these obstacles of language and culture and just different barriers, our dream disappears. Somebody helped me when I needed it, when I was, pregnant with my second child, and my husband was dying in his hospital bed, and the farm workers, his co-workers would pitch in $1 every weekend to send me home in an envelope, and that's how I was never needing to get any assistance of any kind. And I wanted to give back to that same population, and then just seeing how it just continues revolving, that generosity of helping each other, that's where the model, what this model, it's so important.
Counselors here at Arizona Western College San Luis Center.